Hey guys, and welcome to the channel. Right, Ash Barty versus Jessica Pegula, quarterfinals of the Australian Open 2022. We're going to break it down. We're going to look at their routes to the quarterfinals. We're going to also look at their head-to-head, who they've played, who they will potentially be playing in the semi-finals, on top of also breaking it down tactically, looking at how both players match up against each other, and then of course give my prediction finally. Before we get into that, please do remember to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Read us, help us out, and of course click the notification bell if you haven't done so already. Right, let's get straight into it. So let's go through the route to the quarterfinals. We'll go through Ash Barty first, the world number one. So as you can see here, she played Rybakina in the she played Sorenko even in the first round, which was a relatively easy first round. Then Bronzetti, sorry. So she hasn't lost a single set, by the way, en route to this, and she blistered past her first two opponents. Georgie was slightly tougher, but even then, very comfortable in the end. The current Indian Wells champion in Camilla Giorgi, the Italian. And then Anisimova was a slightly more difficult opponent. That was the match that everyone expected to be Ash Barty versus Naomi Osaka, which I have to be honest with you, I was really looking forward to. I was so gutted when it didn't happen. I was like, yes, we're going to get this solo. I cannot wait. And I was like, Anisimova, she's hitting the ball really clean. She's playing really well. But I just thought Osaka's going to get through this and we're going to see something really, really special. And unfortunately for, the prospect of that anyway, Anisimova came through, but she rightfully got through that match against Osaka, upset the odds, saved match points, and then won in the end against Osaka in the tiebreaker. Really impressive. Against Barty, she played quite well, and to be fair, gave Barty some trouble at times, but Barty got through that as a true champion would. She now faces Jessica Pegula, who made the semi-finals of this same tournament last year. Barty's never won the Australian Open. The head-to-head is 1-0. Barty beat her in 2019 at Roland Garros in the first round, I want to say. In terms of the Australian Open for Pegula, she played Kalinina in the first round. Had to actually win that in 3, but after that, she's been very comfortable winning in straight sets against Pera, Perezas Diaz, and then Sakari, who I think that was an upset because Sakari has been looking relatively good, but unraveled a little bit. And Pegula utilizing her strong baseline game to actually outmaneuver the Greek. In terms of tactical matchups and things to look out for, I think we know what Barty's about. I mean, if anyone that hasn't seen her, she's an extremely effective server, hits her spots. It's a very underrated serve. She sets up the 1+ shot extremely well. And then the 1+ shot is either a fantastic forehand, which has got so many different variations. She can hit it flat. She can whip it like Nadal. She can hit it flat almost like Federer. She can, there's lots of different variations in between as well. She's just extremely, extremely impressive, I think, in terms of her forehand variations. She sometimes even slices that forehand just as a change up. She doesn't overdo it, though. She's very, very consistent on that side. The best thing for me, actually, is the forehand cross court, which she really, really whips cross court, which is beautiful to see. And a very, very impressive shot cross court. Then for her, she's good at the net. She's composed. The backhand, similar to actually Berrettini, who, if you've seen my other preview for Berrettini Monfils, you would hear me talk about it. I think she does it better than Berrettini, honestly, and probably one of the best backhand slices on tour. She's able to use it in a defensive manner, but also in a neutral manner as well. But the most impressive thing is her ability to use it in an attacking manner. Very low with the net, high velocity, very good depth as well. It's extremely hard when you hit a backhand slice like that to then counteract it, especially if it's to the backhand side. You have to get very low, bend those knees and really get under the ball, especially if you're not going to slice back. If you're going to hit then a drive backhand, it's very, very hard to get good depth on that shot, especially if the slice is as deep as Barty hits it. very consistently as well at that depth. I think on top of that, we know. Look, I mean, she's won Grand Slams, 2 Grand Slams at Roland Garros and Wimbledon. She's got a very good all-round game. She's just class, and she is, I think, rightfully so, the best player in the world right now. She's going to be a very tough player to come up against, especially again in a home crowd. But in saying that, it adds a bit of pressure as well because she's expected to win this, to be honest with you. But her mentality especially impresses as being, look, I can only do the best I can do. And that's a very positive attitude to have. And I think obviously she's confident she's going to be able to get through these matches, but also realistic it can happen that you have a bad day, but she'll do her best to battle through. So for me, she plays near her level, and she's obviously the clear favourite. But Pegula has an interesting style. Very well, I'll say interesting, but a hard-hitting style from the back of the court. Very clean striking. Not relatively similar to Anisimova. I'd say she makes less mistakes in terms of unforced errors. Maybe doesn't hit quite as big, personally. And then in terms of the other characteristics she has, I mean, I think the serve return dynamic is going to be very interesting. How does Pegula return against Barty? Because Barty's serve is so varied. She can hit the slice out wide. She can hit a kick serve down the tee. She can kick serve into the body. She can hit a flat one down the tee, and all of the other variations available. And very well. She had a couple of jitters against Anisimova where she hit a couple of double faults, quite big ones as well. Very, very weird to see. She doesn't normally hit those types of double faults. So I wonder whether that was a bit of the pressure that I mentioned previously. And if so, it'll be interesting to see how she copes with that if it happens again. For Pegula, I think she needs to take every opportunity. Sorry, even if I can speak properly, she gets. Needs to really cash in on any break point she has. And in the rallies, if I was Pegula, I would not be wanting to stick in the rallies too long. I'll try and outmaneuver Barty, make sure that she's uncomfortable. Barty's a good mover, but if she can go wide to the forehand side, drag her out, and force her to then hit a very good forehand either down the line or an acute forehand cross court, it won't be too comfortable for her. And then if Barty's slicing it on the backhand side, again, try and make her uncomfortable on that side, it's difficult because the backhand side is pretty damn solid from Barty, but I think she just needs to mix it up. Don't let Barty get into a rhythm, and also on top of making sure she stays true to her game. So it's not going to be easy by any stretch of the imagination, but it's not impossible. In terms of my prediction, I'm going to go for Barty in 2. I think she'll be able to do it straight sets. I think it will be relatively close 2 sets, but for me, I just think she's got too much firepower, and I think she's a clear favourite for a reason now at this point, with Sabalenka going out as well, the number 2 seed. She wasn't playing particularly well anyways, but I think Barty is, standout, and if she loses, it'll most likely be because she has substantially dropped in form on that day. Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. Please remember to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I really do appreciate it, and see you guys soon. Stay safe and well.